We begin today with a story from Port Jefferson, a nonprofit agency that provides emotional and financial support to children fighting life-threatening illnesses and their families, helping them to cope during difficult times.
She's just gonna take this world by storm. I know she is, and I'm so proud to be her mommy.
Dana Giasakis gets emotional talking about her daughter Athena's future, especially after the past couple of years. Athena wasn't even 2 years old when she was diagnosed with leukemia.
The rest is just like a blur for that week, maybe two, just doctors in and out, sitting us around a table with a box of tissues, telling us what she was gonna go through, what we weren't able to do anymore, what she wasn't able to do anymore. We just felt numb. I didn't believe any of it. I didn't accept any of it. I didn't know what to do. People were coming in to sign papers for insurance. I didn't know how we were gonna pay for it.
Then, to make matters worse, Dana was told she'd have to quit her job so she could be home with Athena.
We were struggling even before Athena's diagnosis. So when that happened and they said that, you know, one of us had to be here full time to take care of her, I had to leave my job. So when you have two incomes and it's still struggling, you know, to take one away was scary.
But before they left the hospital, they were told about a nonprofit organization that helps families who have children with life-threatening illnesses, a place called FriendsOfKaren.
We help them in three ways. We help them emotionally, financially, and we advocate for them.
Nancy Mariano is the Long Island director.
We take the confusion, the stress, and we make sure that the family can go forward.
Nancy tells us FriendsOfKaren started nearly 40 years ago in Westchester after a young, terminally ill girl named Karen decided she wanted to spend the last days of her life at home instead of in the hospital.
The family sold their soul. They remortgaged their house and everything. It still was being very, very, very difficult to get her home. So this woman, Sheila Peterson, raised money in the community and raised enough money to bring Karen home, and she was able to spend the last 11 months of her life at home, making the worst situation the most pleasant possible at the time.
Then, FriendsOfKaren started helping sick children and their families throughout the tri-state area.
Paying mortgage, paying rent, paying utilities, paying transportation back and forth for treatment. And in the most difficult situation when a child is going to die, making sure that we help with those arrangements and pay for a portion of the funeral.
FriendsOfKaren even has social workers whose job it is to be there for the families. Marla Krellenstein is one of them.
Whenever a family is diagnosed, they're devastated and it's just really difficult. So it's just nice to hear someone say that you've been through this, you've talked to other families, and I promise you'll get through it no matter what.
It was her words that gave Dana a sense of hope.
I remember bringing to attention all the things that were going on in our family at that time, and I was stressed out and I didn't know how we were going to afford to pay for anything, and I didn't know you know, about my boys and childcare and gas for the car, everything. And she just simply said, you know, we're here to help, we will help you, and even if there was something that we couldn't do, we'll find someone that can. And that meant everything to me. So I'm forever grateful I finally breathed that day.
FriendsOfKaren helped Dana and her husband Nick pay the bills.
They basically covered my income. They helped, which was an amazing help. Bills for the house were paid that I was worried about.
They bought birthday presents and Christmas presents for the kids, even helped with back to school.
When school came around, like for the boys, they did all of the school shopping for us. Because you don't think, you know, you can't go into Target with a sick kid, and who has the time to go shopping when your child's at the clinic for 8 hours?
But the biggest help, Dana will tell you, was the attention FriendsOfKaren gave to her boys.
What most people don't even think about, nobody wants to even think about their child getting sick. Nobody wants to think about that. And when they hear the word cancer, it's horrifying. But what most people don't think about is the sisters and brothers and what they're going through.
Their sibling support program helps to educate sisters and brothers of sick children about the disease so they're not so frightened by it. They even provide things like art therapy to help siblings sort through their feelings.
I was so lost. There started to be issues of aggression with my oldest, like in a sense that he was just mad, and I was mad too, you know? And I just didn't know what to do because it was like everybody was different in our family. The dynamic was completely different. And they really helped guide me through that. And, you know, I'm forever grateful for that, because now they're happy boys, you know, better off, kinder, giving. I'm sorry, who I would do this? Just so kind and considerate. And I'm grateful for that.
Marla says she's there for the families whenever they need her.
The one thing Friends of Karen can't do is take away the illness, but we can really support them through it and really make their lives much better.
And she remains available to the families even after the children get better, like Athena, who sang us a song she learned at camp.
We are the troopers, we can be prouder. If you can't hear us, shout it louder.
Athena's been off chemo since last year and is now a kindergartner. Marla loves to hear that.
It is pretty rewarding. That's, I guess, the key to do this job. It is rewarding. That's how you go on.
We hope someday the Friends of Karen doesn't have to exist, right? Because we're an amazing organization for what we do, but it's one of those kind of organizations we wish nobody had to use us.
Dana is grateful this organization exists. She says it's the emotional support, not just the financial support, that makes them different from others.
I think that's what makes them my hero, because they didn't just mail a check, you know? They know my children by name. They carried us through a really hard time. So for that, they're my heroes.
Friends of Karen works with 26 different hospitals in the tri-state and has helped nearly 14,000 children so far. Up next, the foundation that builds playgrounds for children with disabilities.
So that children play together, understand that play comes first, that disability is a second.
And later, teaching doctors about a rare syndrome, how this family is helping to do that. You're watching Heroes on Our Island.